This is National Geographic. The history behind one of America's cruelest laws. For nearly a century, so-called ugly laws banned people with visible disabilities and diseases from public spaces, revealing society's harsh standards of beauty and the impact on those who didn't meet them. My God, from the mid-19th to the mid-20th century, ugly laws banned ugly people from public places across the United States. My God, I'm so glad we don't live with this anymore. Right? As cities expanded, public spaces became more crowded. There was a growing emphasis on maintaining order and aesthetics. San Francisco was the first city to make it a crime for any person who is diseased, maimed, mutilated, or in any way deformed so as to be unsightly or a disgusting object to expose himself to public view in 1867. This legislation quickly spread to other cities and states, targeting people with visible disabilities. And there are similar laws in the Torah, right? There are certain rituals that you cannot perform as a priest if you have a visible deformity, right? Because the liberal perspective is, oh, let's focus on rights. Ugly people have rights. The conservative perspective is, what about the community as a whole, right? There are many benefits from restricting ugly, diseased, maimed people from public thoroughfares, right? Particularly due to them often begging and just being disruptive. Right? As part of a larger effort to regulate public behavior and enforce social norms, often appearing alongside restriction on racial integration, immigration, and vagrancy. Author of the book, The Ugly Laws, Disability in Public. I think there are probably many benefits to these laws, and I also see downsides, but I don't think that it's just so obvious that these laws are heinous. Whatever happened to Matt Drudge echoes a past 40 live stream. Yeah, I did 3 live streams about Matt Drudge back in 2020, and now I have new information, so I'm updating the topic. Some justified the laws as a public health measure under the mistaken belief that seeing someone with a disability could make a healthy person sick. Is that really a mistaken belief? Right? You are improving aesthetics and very possibly public health with this kind of discrimination. Others argued allowing disabled people to beg for money made it too easy for pretenders to take advantage by faking a disability. And that happens, right? The law seemed to have been most strongly motivated by revulsion. When you're on your way to dinner or to visit your beloved, or you've composed in your mind the last stanza of the new poem that's given you such trouble, it's not agreeable to be confronted by some loathsome vision. Right? Maybe there should be streets where it's appropriate for ugly people to walk on, and then other streets that have stricter aesthetic requirements. Whatever happened to Bob Guccione? He died years ago. In the mid-1910s, a 35-year-old Cleveland man with clubbed hands and feet had to give up his job selling newspapers due to the law, and he struggled to support himself and his family until a local drugstore owner permitted him to sell from the shop's front stoop, so he'd be on private rather than municipal property. That sounds like a great solution. The obvious function of these laws was to prevent and discourage people with visible disabilities from being in public spaces asking people for money.